It's a historically hideous season.
It's our 100th ugly house.
And if these walls could talk...
Do you cry a lot?
I do.
Ugliest House in America season premiere Wednesday at 8 on HGTV.
I had that dream again. My small business needs to hire, but I don't use LinkedIn, and I hire wrong. So then I'm doing IT, and when I go to plug the servers in, they become sentient, and they won't let us access our network unless we forward their chain emails and memes to more and more and more people, and then I wake up.
Don't let hiring nightmares ruin your dreams. LinkedIn Jobs' new AI assistant finds and invites best fit candidates to apply, so you can discover talent you may have missed. Post your job for free at linkedin.com/quality. Start hiring today with LinkedIn.
Pod leader.
Yes. Go and see.
Pod leader.
We were all rooting for you.
Yeah, this is pod leader.
Pack your belongings and go home.
Pod leader.
Return to the law.
Hello, and welcome to Pod Leadum. That's Top Model Podcast spelled backwards, where we watch Top Model and talk about it. You know what this podcast is at this point, right?
I
It's
should
cycle
hope
4.
so.
We're almost done. The cycle. Not the show. It goes on forever. My name is Hannah Jane Ginsburg, and I think that she hasn't been paying attention to a lot of the things she's putting in her mouth.
Oh, I'm JW Crump, and I don't know what syndrome I have.
And I'm Alexander Prison. It was pretty damn thick.
And we are here to talk about Cycle 4, Episode 11, aka The Girl Who Is Special.
It's a bad title.
Yeah. And it also...
But it's also very cutting, and it also points to what I think is the weirdest moment in this episode.
It is the weirdest moment in this episode.
Yeah. Like, the titles are usually just fun, stupid things.
Yeah.
This also, we're getting mean,
This is
too.
deep. This is deep.
Yeah, we were having fun for a while, guys, and now it's also the...
I mean, to be fair, we were having fun, and then we weren't having fun, and then we started having fun again.
that we weren't having fun. But
they were always having fun, though.
But I also just, the permeating thing throughout this entire episode, these 4 contestants are tired. They're
Yeah.
exhausted. They hate each
And
other.
they
Through
just
the
saw,
ringer.
and they just saw Christina,
Yep.
who was a serious contender, got rid of for no reason, and Brittany almost got rid of for no reason.
Yeah.
We start off at Rosenhof restaurant.
I did not realize how much Naima was hating getting judged by the other girls in the moment.
No, I also didn't.
And then they showed that sepia-toned flashback where she just, like, crosses her arms and looks like she wants to
Punch
crawl
someone?
into the nearest hole. She hates it. I didn't realize how much she hated it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Kaylin says Kenya doesn't put anyone in front of her. You dub.
That sounds like a compliment.
It is a compliment.
In a competition setting.
But then at this, so this is all like at this weird like dinner thing. They cut around it, what was obviously a longer conversation, because at some point Kenya had started to cry because when we first see her, she's not crying. And then by the time we get through a couple of Kayla Naima things, we cut back to Kenya, who's been crying because her cheeks are fully stained with tears.
Yeah.
So at some point there was full sobbing happening that they just cut out, I guess, to make Kenya not look as sympathetic.
No, to make
Yes.
Kenya look like the villain.
Yeah.
Although she helps herself a lot
Well,
during the course of this episode.
Brittany goes through 2 things during this dinner. One, a big bowl of soup.
the biggest bowl.
With the biggest spoon.
Deep.
I think it was like soup for everyone, and she was just like, ladle, ladle, ladle. But also, Brittany is starting to get really done with Kenya.
Yeah.
And I'm mostly on Brittany's side. As irritating as she can be, Brittany mostly keeps things
Light.
friendly,
Positive.
light.
Yeah.
Exactly, positive.
I
She
also-
very much seems, again, like the best friend.
I also wondered, though, if this is coming out of her being on the bottom last episode. Like,
All the positivity?
no, the getting sick of, like, being done.
I don't know. They both seem really done with each other.
mean, yeah.
Also, I think so much of it is just proximity.
I think so, too.
They've been
Especially
together
when you've
so much.
Been choosing to spend most of your time
With
with
one
one other
person.
person.
Yeah, and as we've seen in this show, picking a super BFF
Is never
because
good.
the problem is that when you pick a best friend like this, you always end up picking them for all your excursions when you win a challenge, and then you spend even more time with them. While as some people spread the love,
Yeah.
so you get to spend different times
And
with different
usually you
girls.
room with them.
Yep.
Yeah. Like Yaya chose someone different almost every time in her multiple challenge wins, which probably helped her not get irritated with a specific person.
Yeah, she just never chose
except
Eva.
for Eva.
Well,
She never chose Eva.
well, she was never going to choose Eva, but yeah.
And even they managed to be like friendly at the end of it.
Yeah, at the very end.
Mhm. There's a really funny exchange between Brittany and Kenya where they're talking and Brittany starts to cut Kenya off in the normal way that you would during a conversation. And then Kenya is like, no, I'm just going to finish. I'm just going to finish what I'm saying. And then Brittany is like, don't ever get rude with me like that because you cut people off all the time. And then Kenya is like, I know, and I'm learning that.
And I'm working on it.
I'm learning that.
Thank you, Brittany.
It was so funny because, again, Brittany was trying so hard to be like, look, I'm going to keep this light, but
Here's
not
a
yell at
boundary.
me. Yeah, you have crossed a line. I'm explaining why is it a line crossed. I'm also still being nice. Soup. Don't do that.
I also think it's, and they kind of talk about it later, but because they've decided that their relationship is very sisterly, they cross lines that they don't realize were there with each other.
Oh, that's interesting.
Because they're not really sisters and they haven't been together for years and years and years, but they feel like that. But they then discover that the other person has put a line that is not okay to cross.
Yeah. The thing about Kenya for me in this episode is that I think she's almost too aware of the competition at this point.
I think so too.
In opposition to all the other girls not having been aware enough of the competition.
Kaylin especially.
Because she's cued into these two things at this point, it feels like to me. One of them is, I have to show why I am better specifically than these other people at all times.
Not being the best version of herself.
Yeah.
Just being better than these three.
And the other thing is, well, the judges want to see growth. So I have to constantly talk about how I've grown and how I'm growing and how I'm working on growing.
She's trying to game the system in a way that, for the most part, has worked for her.
Yeah, she's trying to get out in front of it. And I applaud the impulse, but it's not like it's too much. It's like, girl, this is your downtime. The judges are not here.
Yeah.
You don't have to talk about how you're growing all the time. You don't have to tell other people all the time about how you're better than them.
And I also think, though, it's become a way to divert from how fat she's gotten. It's like, well, if I show all these other things, then maybe they won't keep talking about
my
the weight.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, she's gotten to that producer mindset of like, I'll create a new storyline. Then they'll forget that I'm eating all this cheese.
But she also has food ADD.
Yes, she does.
We go back to the hotel room.
This is so great. I love this so much.
Do you want to set it up?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So they go, because as we know, Kenya loves a Tyra Mel.
Yep.
Kenya loves a Tyra Mel. So we get it. She reads almost all of them exclusively. They get back to their hotel room. New Tyra Mel, because there's always a PA during a restaurant while they're at a restaurant. Plop in that new Tyra Mel. And it must be so much harder in that small hotel.
It.
Yeah, exactly. The wax. And then signing Love Tyra. It's signed every time. It's not printed.
Yeah.
And she reads it, and it doesn't matter. I can't remember what it says.
I don't know.
It doesn't matter what it says, but it's something that is a very literal translation in Kenya's mind to like, oh, it's definitely catwalk, because it's like, can you walk the walk or something like that? It's not that. But then she's sitting on a couch. Kaylin hears Kenya say, oh, well, it's really obvious what it is. Kaylin goes, oh, what? You think so? What is that? And Kenya starts to respond. Oh, well, it's, hey, is that one of those chocolate things? And Kaylin's like, what? Yeah. Anyway, what were you saying?
It's like a muffin, too.
She's like, what is that? She's like, it's a chocolate muffin.
And Kaylin,
Kenya cannot look away from this muffin.
Yeah. And then Kaylin says, well, what were you saying? And she's like, oh, well, I just mean that in her. Wait, can I have a little taste of it? And Caitlin says, can you finish a gosh darn sentence? And she wanted to say goddamn so hard. And she censored herself. It was so awkward and weird
that she just
in an episode that's filled with weird
awkward,
Kenya
weird
moments.
And she just relents and gives Kenya the muffin.
Yeah.
Which doesn't look very tasty. It looked quite burnt.
Well, here's the thing. I feel like that's the theme for all these girls is eventually you just relent to Kenya, who will irritate you into doing what she wants.
Well, and right on the heels of this comes what I think is the weirdest portion of this episode.
And it's so weird because it's also so poorly lit and the camera angles from such a weird angle. Who even took this?
It's so, and it's just creepy. God, I hope we're all talking about the same thing.
It is.
But it's the next day.
It's the episode title.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everyone's getting ready. And apparently Kenya has borrowed one of Brittany's shirts. And she's like, can I borrow your clothes? And Brittany's like, yeah, sure, you can do it. And she's like, you can have whatever you want of mine. which is a crazy thing to say. Really nice thing to say.
Yeah.
Again, Brittany's great friend.
You can have whatever
Yeah.
you want of mine.
Great friend.
And then Kenya's like, say it's because I'm special. And Brittany's like looking
What?
at her journal or like a notebook or
Yeah.
something. And she's like, yeah, it's because you're special. And it's so...
Well, no, and then she badges her. She's like, what? And she's like, tell me I'm special. That's why I can borrow your shirt. It's because I'm special.
Say it's because I'm special. Because you're special.
Because you're special, Kenya. Okay, thank you.
It's so uncomfortable.
It seemed like, you know how earlier in this cycle we were complimenting her sarcastic, low-key sense of humor?
Mm-hmm.
Felt like Kenya's not firing on all thrusters anymore.
Yeah, has it just
No.
like
'Cause
it's got
curdled a little?
It's got the cadence of a Kenya sarcastic joke.
Like, tell me I'm special.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it just was weirdly placed, and I think there's so much tension between Brittany and Kenya, or at least Kenya to Brittany. Again, Brittany mostly seems like she's just, hey, I'm distracted, but yeah, Kenya,
Yeah,
you're
you're
my
special.
friend. You can do whatever you want with my clothes. Who cares?
Yeah.
Which is, again, such a
I
nice
also
thing.
think it's weighing on.
Yeah. See? Sometimes it just
I
happens.
think it's weighing on Kenya that they will not stop talking about her weight. And just, what can you do? You can't lose that weight
Yeah.
in a day.
No one's ever lost weight,
No.
During
Which is-
competition?
which is hard. Just in life.
No, ever. It's true.
Yeah.
You just gain.
Yeah.
The biggest loser? More like the biggest ruser.
Wow. You proud of that?
I'm not proud of it.
Great.
That's fair.
I've been the head writer of television shows.
Shocking. So,
That was clearly the implied joke, Alexander. You didn't need to say it.
no, that's my job here. I just say the implied joke. That's what makes me funny.
You know, sometimes an actual joke cadence is set up, punchline, explanation. Alexander's the explanation after the punchline.
Roseanne Barr.
He did the thing. I have another conspiracy theory.
Ooh.
Now that you've brought it up, Kenya's tears.
Kenya's Tears is a great romance novel.
Yes, get ready for my short film,
Kenya's Tears.
You said you needed a new cleanser, JW? Kenya's tears. Tears of Kenya.
Thank you for bringing up on the podcast that I was asking for skin cleansers.
Why should we be ashamed of cleanser?
Because I'm ashamed because my skin should cleanse itself.
You be proud. You're just like Yaya. What? Yaya notably had skin problems. JW needs a cleanser. It's the same. And Yaya's doing great.
Will I be on Chicago Med?
You already
that's your-
are. You
that's-
just didn't know.
That's your goal.
Should I take this back?
No.
No. What's your conspiracy theory?
So, this is the episode where it becomes really apparent that Kenya got a new weave.
Yes.
Yes.
Really apparent that Kenya got a new weave.
Especially
It is
in the confessionals.
long
It's-
and silky, and she has no bangs.
Nope. And it's constantly in a long ponytail.
So what if
And it looks nice.
during dinner
Oh, makeover.
they traded out her They traded out her weave. And we just didn't see it. And that's why she was crying. Because we
It
know
hurt.
it's painful to get that weave taken out and sewn back in.
It's just there's someone behind her doing that entire dinner, like braiding hurriedly.
Exactly.
It might be tight, and she has a
You
headache.
know? Exactly.
But we've never seen this happen before. We've seen
Never.
some people get a secondary makeover that just fixes a messed up makeover.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But like, when did this happen? Because it's also not a hairstyle that she has in the photo shoot.
No.
It's not like something they did and then left in because, oh, this looks
No.
nice.
But it definitely happened between last episode and this episode. Because the last episode, she still had the short haircut
Yep.
in the photo.
Yep. And now all of a sudden she has a long weave.
Yeah.
That you can see her real hair.
Mm-hmm.
They don't even make a good blending.
But the photo today, she has short hair. She does.
I don't know.
Trust me.
It's just weird. This is the episode where I really started noticing
It almost seems like maybe that's something that she did post-show and then came back to do some of these films.
No, because it's definitely in the cover girl photo.
Yeah.
Like, definitely 100%.
Oh my god, of course
And
it
the
is.
panel.
Yeah, you're totally right.
Mhm.
And the panel, she
So
constantly has
Maybe it happened for the cover girl one.
I don't know.
I don't know.
This is the episode where I noticed maybe it was just in the confessionals. I'm
Because
not sure.
the confessionals are always filmed about a week afterwards.
Mhm. But she has the ponytail like around
Yeah.
South Africa.
She's
So
wearing that
odd.
ponytail.
When did this happen?
I
The
don't
Maybe it's a
know.
clip-in that they keep clipping. It's weird.
Conspiracies.
They do that to that Cycle 15, I think, Krista. That's
Oh,
her
yeah.
whole makeover is like a clip-in pony.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Blown back from her face.
Yeah.
So we go and meet BB and Mandela, who don't get last names for some reason.
Mm.
And they're Jimbo Urban Ethnic Clothing.
These are our first.
First black designers.
Which, it's interesting that it's sometimes hard to tell if that is the full name of the clothing line or if that is the name of the clothing line and the description of it. Because
Yeah.
it is a lot of extra words to call it
Yeah.
urban and ethnic clothing.
Urban Ethnic Clothing.
It's Jimbo.
Jimbo.
Yeah. And they're basically doing it's interesting. They're doing both a small meet and greet go-see-ish thing.
Kind of.
But then also the two of these men take them around to a township
Right.
to kind of tell them a little bit more about Cape Town and
Yeah.
its history and South Africa and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I would also just watch a show about these guys and their clothing, their fashion line.
They were great.
Mhm.
They gave great critique.
Yep.
Mhm.
They also were very kind to everybody.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Because they end up being the guest
Judges later.
judges. We also then go and meet Jackie Maniapello, who is the jazz art dance coordinator, because we're at a teach.
Time to dance, y'all.
I have a question. Is Jackie a super popular name in South Africa? Because now 2 episodes in
Jackie
a row we've
Burger.
had Jackie Burger and now... And I
Maybe.
remember thinking, wow,
Maybe.
Jackie must be a common name?
Yeah.
Or
Maybe.
just a huge coincidence. It's just interesting.
Yeah. They're going to learn about rhythm and dance, and all the girls are
And that's when Caitlin's face melts.
Galen.
This is also, every cycle has like a dance week. We've had multiple ones, and having someone like Naima whose whole deal is she's a dancer, of course she's gonna do well.
Caitlin also freaks out way too much for me, though. I'm like, I have
Uh-huh.
sympathy. I understand not wanting to dance in public. We've been there. Just have fun. If you know you're gonna look dumb, just like do it.
The stakes are so low.
So low.
Mhm.
What I didn't like about this whole thing was they didn't tell these girls to be ready to move. So
No.
they're all in like the tightest jeans.
Jeans.
And Kaylin is in a full sweater.
But like, also, just why was she in a
I
knit
don't know.
black turtleneck
I
sweater
don't know.
in South Africa?
But
Also true.
but still, no one was given a brief of like, hey, don't wear tight jeans.
No.
Wear a skirt.
Caitlin also, one point, literally says, "When things get too hard in my life, I give up."
Which, I mean,
Yeah,
yep.
because she doesn't want to look stupid.
This
in
is
front of other
also
people.
Kenya's first not super great moment.
This is really bad.
When she erases Naima's biracial.
Racial identity.
Yep.
Yeah. Which it seems like, at least in Talking Heads, it seems like Naima has been very open about.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we can almost say exactly what her parents are. Black and Irish, black and Mexican.
Yep.
Yep.
So that
Mexican
means she's-
Indian even.
She-
Like
yeah, because she describes it often. She also presents as a biracial woman.
Yes, she
or a
does.
multiracial woman,
Multiracial.
I should say.
And it's they're talking with the group of, because they're each given a dance instructor. They're all sitting in a group, the 4 girls, the dance instructors. They're talking about being in South Africa. And Kenya is like, well, it means more to me because they're not black. And Naima literally goes, well, I'm black. And they all ignore her.
Yep.
And it sucks.
But it also seems like the dance instructors ignore her.
I guess it's quietly.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's not a good look for anyone.
Yeah, it's-
Kenya especially.
It's really bad.
I appreciate that Naima immediately said something.
Mhm.
Yes.
Because we make fun of Naima a lot, but one thing I really respect about Naima is when she really doesn't like something and she thinks the line is crossed, she will say it. She
Yeah.
said it to Brandy
Yep.
when she was like, this is someone's house, stop doing this stuff.
Yes.
Later on with this argument, she's like, that was a special moment for me, stop arguing about it. Like, I appreciate
Yeah.
that Naima has a very clear line and she'll directly and honestly and pretty calmly tell
Yeah,
you,
it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't.
no.
It doesn't involve a lot of drama and screaming.
No,
Yes.
she's really good with, I'm just going to set a boundary now.
Yeah.
And that's it.
And you need to stop.
Yeah.
So we're given the challenge by Alfred Hinkle, the director of jazz art. And then Miss J comes in the most orange blousy outfit I've seen in my life.
This becomes.
Miss J arrived in South Africa, y'all.
I'm pretty
boy.
sure there's a side competition that we don't know about between the Jays about who can wear the blousiest
blousiest.
sunset blouse.
This is bizarre.
Because it continues on.
The Jays must genuinely hate fabric touching their skin. It's so wavy always.
It like grazes and they're like, ah.
Oh no!
And then, except then
I'm
Mr. J
so
has to be in like full leather with epaulets.
Their nerve endings are all just so ready to go. Oh, no.
So raw.
I'm so ticklish. That's my whole deal.
So they're going to be performing the dance that they learned with a full audience.
Mm-hmm.
And there's basically it's a community center.
Yeah.
And they invite a lot of people from community. And it's these people know these dances theoretically. That's what we're given the impression of.
Yeah.
So the 4 contestants are going to both dance in a group with other real dancers, and then each have to do a little solo bit.
It's a lot.
It is a lot.
Yeah.
And their outfits are cool.
I couldn't tell. The solo bit seems slightly more
Improvised
improvised to me.
I think
it's hard to tell.
Well, I think they were given moves, and then they were like, use those
do them
moves
how you want
as
to
you will.
do them. Yeah.
Yeah. Put your own spin on it.
Naima's outfit
you,
was
a professional dancer, and you, someone who's turned inside out because you're so worried about this.
Naima had a cool moment of her outfit that then disappeared, where she tied the sleeves around her
Yep.
Yeah.
waist, and then all of a sudden it went back on. They're like, no, you can't.
Interpret the dance, not the
Also,
outfit.
Brittany had one where it was like she just put one side up and one side was down. I was like, hot.
They have like a blue undergarment.
I don't
That's
understand
really,
that part.
it's colorful and nice, and then a big khaki colored with patches and designs and interesting, like very
It's
made
definitely-
to move.
Yeah, and it's definitely
Made to
the
move Barbie.
jazz arts. It's jazz arts dance costumes.
Sure.
Like they had you're gonna put this one on.
Brittany is clearly the worst dancer. And she knows it, and she's fine with it. She's very well adjusted about it. She's like, the audience didn't like my dance.
Yeah.
I don't blame them.
Everyone else goes, very importantly, for literally no reason, when they are talking to them right after the dances, Kenya gets a close up on her feet. Her bare feet. I was like, oh, did something happen? I don't know.
I don't know.
What's the story?
I also think
Just a little foot fetish for the people who are into it.
gross. Kaylin has just a shitty attitude.
Yeah.
I
This
was
isn't a great look for her. She says, I'm just not prepared for ultimate and total humiliation. I'm like, Kaylin, this is
dancing.
fine.
But
Everyone else is having fun. Don't be a Michelle.
You're at a community center. This couldn't be lower stakes.
And then she does fine.
Yeah.
That's the worst part. She looks pretty good.
And Brittany even calls it out.
Yeah.
In a talking head, Brittany says, Kaylin always complains. And then she always does fine. Because you can see Brittany being like, I actually did bad and should be a
fine.
little embarrassed. And I'm still
Yeah.
fine.
This is also when I realized maybe Naima has a problem connecting her face because of ballet.
Mm-hmm.
That she's been taught to be so controlled in the face.
Interesting.
That this is why she has this disconnect of body face
Yeah.
problem.
She dances gorgeously. She's
does.
a beautiful dancer.
Yeah.
And she obviously wins
Yeah.
because how could she not?
And it's fun because it's audience responses.
Yeah, it's very put your hand over the head. And Kenya, in a cute moment, is like, come on, clap for me. She's like asking for it, which is cute.
It's
and
cute.
Very in her thing.
And then when Naima wins, Brittany is like, Naima really did do great. I can't be bitter, though I would love to be.
I love her.
I love her too. I've fully turned around.
It's
on
very
Brittany.
reminiscent of Tatiana's when Christina won, being like, look, she did well.
Yeah.
You know, they objectively understand when people do bad versus good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So-
Naima wins.
And she gets a valuable prize.
Yes.
I love this prize. This is a staple that comes
Yeah.
back in a lot of cycles. I think this is the first we're
I
seeing
think
of
so.
it.
Yes.
This one, to me, is fascinating because it's strategic in a way that shows like Survivor and Big Brother and The Challenge are.
Well, I'm really glad because it's the first time we're seeing it that Naima actually plays it strategically.
and she says it too.
Yeah, she does.
Smart. And then she just openly tells Kenya that later.
Yeah.
Great.
She's going to own up to it. She's not
So
going to
she
bullshit
gets
about it.
she gets 30 extra frames,
Yep.
Naima. And then
At the
she's
photo shoot.
told to pick a person that's going to get 20 frames.
Mm-hmm.
And she chooses Kenya.
And she specifically says, I'm not going to choose Kaylin because Kaylin's been taking really good photos.
Yep.
I need to win.
Yep.
I love Kaylin, but why would I do that?
Why would I give her more photos?
And then Kenya gets to pick who gets 10 between Brittany and Kaylin, and she just picks Brittany and calls best friends forever.
Yeah, and 10 is really
I mean, whatever. It's
negligible.
something. But this devastates Kaylin that
And
she is the last one picked at dodgeball.
She goes down this weird paranoia, like, are they trying to get rid of me? It's like, yeah, dude,
Well,
it's
also,
a compliment.
yes, Brittany, I feel like, makes the best of the worst situation because then they're like, and Brittany, who gets 0 frames? And she's just like, Kaylin? I mean, like,
But no, she does even better. They set it up as and you get to tell Kaylin
You rub it in now.
And then Brittany says she gives her a big hug and she doesn't even need it because she takes amazing pictures. Brittany's a great friend.
She is.
Brittany, Brittany really endears herself to me in this episode.
Mm-hmm.
She is nice and positive and genuinely seems like she wants everyone to win, but is still trying her own damnedest to win. I love that moment. That was so smart in the moment to not be awkward, to be like,
the situation.
She's great. I can see she's upset. I understand how feelings work. There's no reason to rub this in her face because it already happened.
And also, she breaks down immediately.
Crying in the bathroom.
On the sink.
Like you just got your period in the middle of gym class.
Joaquin is like, why'd you pick me? And Naomi's like, because I think you need it. And like, Kaylin doesn't.
Yeah.
Great.
Mm-hmm.
So they get the tire mail. And
right before the tire mail, for no reason, we see a clip. Again, dark, weird camera angle. Don't know who this camera guy is for these moments.
Same guy who was doing the feet.
Brittany, a bit later the next second, they're like, should we fire Ryan?
He's been given a lot of foot footage.
Creepy.
Footage.
Feetage. Oh.
There's just a clip of Brittany drinking straight from a milk carton in the kitchen that leads to nothing. I'm like, just to show us that Brittany's still kind of trash?
I don't know.
All right.
So we get the tire mail, and it says 4664 and
46664.
And Kaylin says, is this like the pizza delivery boy's number? And I was like, Kaylin, maybe not the best.
They also note that it's the sign of the devil in the middle.
Yep.
Which is funny. I would also probably see that and think that immediately, but it's just very interesting. But this leads to just another, we are in South Africa, we are going to teach you more about the history, etc., which I love that they're trying to do this. It leads to the pettiest drama in the world.
Yep.
They have a really great tour guide.
Modisa Fukoyane? Something like that. I don't think they said his last name.
I don't think
they just put it up on the Chiron, so I wrote it down. He's the Robben Island Guide, which is a political prison down in South Africa,
where Nelson Mandela was famously imprisoned.
Right, and was given the number 46664, which was used in like political ads and really claiming that
it became symbolic of a movement.
Right.
He just does a really great job of taking them through the prison and talking about why it's meaningful to him, why it's still meaningful to him, why it's still meaningful to the country.
Well, he was a prisoner.
Yes. And it's a really well done segment.
It's got
they just let him talk.
They let him talk uninterrupted. The show does a good job of doing this because it also shows us pictures just in case you're less familiar and all this kind of
like
stuff.
Kenya.
And I bet at the time when I first,
there have to be like a lot of 13-year-olds who are watching this show.
The first time I watched this, I bet I wouldn't have known.
Sure.
So I bet I would have been very educated by this at the age that I was.
I watched a Disney movie about apartheid, so I was a little more aware.
Well, sure.
Sure.
That's how I learned everything I know about labor law.
No, I know what you're talking about.
The Disney Channel original
when the
movie.
white girl lives with the black family.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this leads
Weird that it was a sequel to Johnny Tsunami.
I mean,
but
Hawaii, South Africa, same difference.
This leads to the pettiest thing.
Well, so
they're out in Nelson Mandela's cell.
No, before we get there.
Oh, yeah. Well, okay. Set it up.
Brittany says, well, Kenya leans over to me and says, is Nelson Mandela still alive or is he dead? And
Brittany's like, of course he's still alive.
He's still alive. Okay, Kenya. Cool. And then we get to the cell. And Bojisa says, who would like to
I have the key.
I have the key. Would one of you like to open the cell? And Naima
just
is
puts
there.
Her hand out.
Yep, she's there. She's standing. It's not like she reaches for it.
And also, it would make sense anyway because she just won a challenge.
Yeah.
This
it
is
did
fine.
seem like a prize.
This is fine.
And Kenya is immediately pissed.
It's hard to tell. It's hard to parse out the timing of everything.
I will say, I think she's pissed afterwards.
Yes.
Because they keep showing this one clip where Kenya is walking by Brittany and they slow it down and give it dramatic music as though Kenya is pushing Brittany out of the way to get to
snag the key or
which
something.
I don't think was happening.
I think most of the emotion that happens in the cell just comes from being
in
this
the cell.
place.
I agree.
Which is gonna, like, places like that carry a lot of emotion and a lot of power.
There's emotional ghosts in those places. So,
but then after this lovely moment, we get back in the van.
The van is never a good place in Africa.
No.
In this show.
Yeah. Nothing good happens in the van in South Africa.
They have a lot of long rides that I feel like.
I feel like they are traveling a lot.
Yeah.
And Kenya starts talking about how it meant more to her than everyone else there.
Because she's black.
Because she's black. And the moment where she really lost me in this episode is not even something that happens in the van. She says it in a talking head.
Uh-huh.
Where she goes, I mean, I guess Naima is, but I don't really see blackness in her. I don't really see that in her. Nope. Bye. Off the train.
Yeah.
It's obviously not something you should ever say about someone else because how dare you?
Yeah.
You don't get to define them.
Even
No.
purport that you would know how someone is feeling in that way. Also, at least from the show's perspective, Naima is so fucking proud of her racial heritage and background. I
had forgotten about this moment until I was reminded by a listener that I was like, oh yeah, that happens.
It's
because
very
up until this
bad.
point, I've been Kenya.
Yeah.
Team Kenya.
Well, and this is
we've
where
all been Tenya.
Kenya.
Kenya.
Her
But
name's
now
really easy to
she's-
make puns with, which I appreciate about Kenya.
Well, now she's Minya.
And also,
And Greenya
Wouldn't want to
with
be
envy.
ya.
Greenya with envy.
this becomes Naima's obviously upset but trying to take it in stride. Brittany is fighting on Naima's behalf, calling out bullshit. Kaylin can't stand yelling.
Correct.
Kaylin,
Just
like,
curls up in a ball and
is
weeps.
having PTSD.
Kaylin obviously had some sort of
Rough.
household
something happening growing
situation.
up. Yes.
The other thing, this is why I think this competition has
Gotten to them?
seeped too far into Kenya's bones, which is that she's like, maybe you didn't get emotional, but I did, because she's so in the habit now
Of
of
everything
comparing herself to everyone else and always coming out on top.
Yeah.
That's what it becomes. That is solely how she's relating to the other girls now. And it's
she
a problem.
exclusively wants to be on top all the time.
Yep.
She's almost
She's answering that question.
She's almost
Who wants to be
drank,
me?
Me, Kenya.
she's almost drank
Mia.
too much of the show's own Kool-Aid a little bit.
Yeah.
Like,
And it's the only prism through which she's viewing everything,
Yeah.
including moments which are clearly not a part of that.
Nothing.
yes.
So we head to the photo shoot,
Mhm.
and they're going to be doing a 1940s like dance photo
For
for
Caress.
Caress body lotion with 3 male models.
I love that this cycle has a lot of actual products.
Yeah.
It just
Lots of brands.
It's just because that's what you actually model. It's bronze.
And before we get to this photo shoot, can I point out Naima's t-shirt?
yes!
Because it says Meppy
Nope.
Christ. Yes, it says
That's
Meppy. Meppy Christmica. It says Meppy, like merry and happy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, that's even stupider than what I thought because I just thought it said Merry
Doesn't it also
Christmas.
kind of look like it's covered in blood?
Yep.
Yep. Why is there ketchup or blood on it?
Is this a reference to something that we don't know about? JW is a horror guy. If this was a thing, I feel
It
like
was
you
weird.
would know.
Why are you wearing this shirt, Naima?
Nah.
And also, Naima, this doesn't work in your brand at all.
Can I talk about Mr. J shirt?
Yes, please.
Because I have written down, of course, it's a blouse.
Obviously.
Because we're in the land of blouses.
It's hot in South Africa, I guess. Except
leopard-
for Kaylin.
Leopard print crossed with magic eye.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, if I look at this long enough, I'm going to see a sailboat.
A leopard.
Or a full shirt. If you look at it long enough. One thing we learned that's interesting is that because they're getting these additional frames, 30, 20, 10 zip, we learn how many they normally get.
Uh-huh.
Which is 70. So
Right.
it becomes 100, 90, 80, and then the regular 70. Interesting to actually find out that number. And I wonder if we ever will get that reference again and if it changes or whatever.
70 also does not feel like a lot.
No.
70 is a really small amount of frames.
These photo shoots are probably sometimes 5 minutes
yeah,
long.
they get like 10 minutes.
So why was Brandy so angry?
So
Did we say the names of the models?
No. So, well, the photographer is John Vilke.
no, it's Johan.
Oh,
again.
I'm sorry, Johan Vilke.
Because
Johan Wilke?
Johan and Jackie are the only names of people we meet now.
Yep. And the 3 models are Leroy,
Don't forget Helmut.
Leroy, Leroy,
L-E-E.
yeah,
Yep.
Bertini, and Mark F.
Mark F. They introduce him as Mark, but then all of his other
Say Mark F.
say Mark F. They show, and I like this, actual modeling pictures of these 3 dudes, but Mark F's is a black and white drama headshot.
Yeah.
He's
I'll
new.
say this.
Mark F was playing the instrument too, I think.
He's like the 4th Mark at his agency, so that's why he's Mark F.
So all of these guys are handsome enough. Mark F can get it.
Uh-huh.
Mark F
I
is
was into Mark F.
Yup.
Mark F is cute
Clearly.
in a real fun way. He's also very skinny and tiny, which is not normally
Yeah.
my thing, but he's a little boy.
So this is
Maybe he would actually pronounce his name Mark F. Mark F.
I'm really glad we're
My
able.
mom says I have to say the whole thing.
I'm
Mark F.
really glad we're able to have fun with this because this photo shoot gets not fun really quickly.
quick.
Yeah, let's just talk about Mark F. Let's and then skip straight to the end of the episode.
No,
Guys,
because-
Kenya's still eating things. How dare she?
And then we get a week 1 to now comparison.
it's not that different.
Nope.
Of course it's not. It's 10 pounds.
Nah, it's-
12.
But like she just needs to hold it in.
Yeah. Yeah, you can. I honestly think that they just needed more gym time this cycle.
They
Where's
didn't
the
seem
trainer?
to have any gym time.
Mm-hmm.
So I do think that the way she talks about her trying to diet is funny.
Yes,
where
I
she
agree.
says, I know what I gotta do. For example, if there's only French fries to eat, I just eat less French fries. I'm like, I feel like the answer is just eating something else.
Is
Also-
there ever only French fries to
That's
eat?
also not what she does at all.
No,
She always gets a second helping. What she needs to do
Or
is
she just, she eats Kaylin's plate. Like, Kaylin puts her plate away, and then Kenya's just like, she loves food. I love a woman
Yeah,
who loves food.
me
I
too.
love my fucking
I
food.
love food.
I'm not shaming her for
Eating.
none of us are for eating and loving food. I'm just saying, knowing that that's your issue, you definitely, this isn't a trick of editing.
No.
This woman is not working
No.
No,
on
she
her
isn't.
diet and nutrition.
She talks about it all the time, and then it's just...
Well,
Yeah.
if you're gonna do it, like your first helping should be half, so you know you're going to get that second helping.
Yeah.
Make the first one smaller.
Because some of this might just be bloat, but the French fries aren't helping
Well,
that.
it's a bit, you don't need to eat French fries.
No. Then we go to Bertini asking the girls out. He asks for their number.
Particularly targeting Kenya.
Yep. Asks for her number.
Almost exclusively.
Asks for her picture.
I'm going to take your picture with my cell phone.
And then asks for a massage.
And Kenya is at first trying to very cutely deflect, I'm trying to be professional. He's just being flirty, whatever. Because at first she's like, "Oh, we don't have a phone number,"
Yeah.
which
I don't have
who
a-
knows if that's true, but
Yeah,
great.
She doesn't have a cell phone.
No.
She's like, "Oh, maybe later. We're about to take pictures."
He's like, yeah, I want the massage. She's like, yeah, I'm about to go into hair and makeup. So,
So no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, so Naima's at first, and Bertini starts with her.
He puts that hand right on the upper inner thigh.
Uh-huh.
Directly. Immediately.
And we don't specifically hear it, but Kenya describes him as constantly moaning.
So
I hear it on hers.
Do you?
On
Yes.
Kenya's.
Fair
so
enough.
he's moaning and grinding against her, and I think she does exactly what she...
So with Naima, he doesn't... No. I'm just...
Okay.
Naima, he doesn't go as far.
Yeah.
Naima, he touches inappropriately,
Yep.
I would say. Hands don't need to be there.
Nope. No
Not for
hands.
this shoot,
No.
especially. This
Absolutely
isn't-
not. It's not like there's a whisper from the other dudes of being inappropriate.
The other guys are great.
Yeah, they're fine. So Naima starts to get creepy, but then once Kenya comes on set, it gets escalated.
And she does what she's supposed to do, which is, hey, I need to stop because I don't feel safe.
Yeah.
And then this is a terrible look for Mr. J.
Well, she's trying to be polite about it too. She's like, some things were happening that I was uncomfortable with, so I just wanted to take a break.
It's not professional.
She's full crying.
Yeah.
She's fully upset.
She's also not even specifically saying it was him.
Nope.
She's trying to.
She's like, I'm hearing some things. I feel breathing.
There's heavy moaning.
And I did hear him on her.
Okay, fair enough. I didn't hear it, but I mean, I trust her.
Yeah.
And
Why would she make that up?
Ugh.
and the photographer and Jay basically tell her to suck it up.
Well, Mr. J is like, it's a room full of people. What's he going to do? And I'm like, well, what he already did?
Yeah.
That she had to call him out on? Maybe?
Yeah.
And then they go back into it and he does it again. He keeps doing it.
Yep. And then they're like, maybe back off, maybe like dance near her, like look like you're having fun.
But they do it in a way that's like blamey. Like Kenya has the problem.
Yeah, he kind of said something about the next shoot too. He's like, okay, guys, now we're going to try this. And I just want to say, in general, have more fun, make this less sexual. Like, he said something for the next person.
And then Naima says it too. Basically blames Kenya.
Yeah, they do some there's some weird, very differing opinions, because then Kenya also says something that's so shitty because it's Brittany's turn, and after Kenya explains all this, she's like, but Brittany's probably loving it.
Which is awful. Like, that moment really just...
It is not good. I think she was in a very stressful, terrible position.
Sure, but Brittany's not even there.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm not going to excuse her.
Yeah.
I'm saying the show did not handle this correctly.
No, at all.
They should have just removed him from the
I'm sorry.
You can do it with 2 male models.
I applaud Kenya for handling it before her Brittany comment the way she did. I think she handled that extremely
I agree with that. Absolutely.
professionally.
Mm-hmm.
She was trying not to cry.
Yeah, and I think the thing is that the show, on a rewatch, I bet people saw this episode and they were like, the hell, top model.
Yeah.
And that's why, because there's a future cycle where someone else is uncomfortable with something like that, and they, like, I think it's Jada in cycle 6 or 7 or whatever, and Tyra says, like, gives her, I think, a much better, like, you know, unfortunately that happens, you handled it correctly, blah, blah, blah. Like, it doesn't get addressed enough.
No.
Well, I don't know if we want to talk about it now, but the things that Tyra says to her, Kenya at panel are so off and so...
We'll get there. We will discuss it.
Yeah.
So Brittany's going kind of into like a porny.
She says that they're sort of making her uncomfortable. She's like, they're really up in there, but I'm just going to go and I'm going to do the shot.
I think this was, And then
there were too many times this cycle. The pillow shoot was also one of them. And
with
I don't
Rib.
think, again, but I don't think Rib was trying. I think they weren't giving people enough boundaries.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
they
Well,
need
and
to
I
say
talked about
stuff
that
like
on that episode where it's like, if you're
intimacy
going to
teaches and stuff.
Yeah. Well, and
don't
also
just
these
put
men
your
are
hands wherever
these
you
men
want.
are in nothing.
Yeah, he's wearing like a loincloth.
Yeah.
It's, yeah.
And then they have dinner with them.
Mm-hmm. Well, and then it's Kaylin's shoot.
Yeah, Kaylin,
and
she's
she
really
does not do well.
she's stiff and posy.
Yeah.
And then Naima especially is very into the idea of them all hanging out with the guys and having dinner with them. That was not necessarily an invitation from Bertini. I think it was an invitation from either Mark F. or Leroy, and they just probably don't know, like...
who's coming. Because they all seemed into, like, going out and having dinner. I remember, like, even Kenya before everything happened.
Was fine.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's nice to hang out with people that aren't the 4 of them.
Yes.
Yeah, Naima very specifically says, we just don't get to talk to
To
anybody
other people,
else.
yeah.
But when Kenya comes into the room and sees him, Bertini, her face, she's so angry.
Yeah.
And they put them so far away at the same table. And then this dinner is one of the most awkward things I've ever watched put to film.
Well, they talk, like, Kenya's like, well, if we're here, I'm going to talk about it.
Yeah, I'm going to call you out.
Yeah,
Good for her.
You crossed the line. And he's like, oh, but was it a thin line? And she's like, no, it was a pretty thick line.
Pretty damn thick. I was clearly uncomfortable. I even stopped the shoot to tell you how uncomfortable I was, and you continued.
And then this is not a good look for Brittany because she's like, I thought you were great. You were great. You did great. Brittany is drinking too much at this dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Kenya even says, like, oh, okay, Brittany, guzzle your drink. Oh, is it already guzzled? Which that's a great insult in terms of, like...
Drink your drink. Oh, it's been drank already.
It's like very Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf
It
territory.
is.
I love the just
Well, then they
guzzled.
start sniping at each other, too.
Guzzled is the... You know how you love grubbed? Grub on a burger?
Yes.
Guzzle is my new... Oh, is it already guzzled? You already guzzled? Alright, full guzzle. Poor Mark F. is beside of Kenya and feels like he's trying so hard to be like, and we're still having a fun dinner, right?
Cutting up his burger with a fork and knife.
Yeah.
Oh, Mark F., where are
He's
you?
a child.
Kaylin also has a Newsy hat on the entire
Yep.
time.
Yeah.
A lot of this is a very hat
Is it
focused.
a Newsies hat or is it a khaki fedora?
I mean, the fedora's a trap.
It's always a trap.
So
And then there's a really awkward fight about money that I have so many questions about.
What is this money fight?
The
I'm
paying
so
for dinner fight.
glad that the two of you are equally confused.
Because this
I
has
was
never been an
afraid-
issue.
Have they ever had to pay
No.
for dinner before?
I'm sure they get a stipend.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
getting a per diem.
But
of
we've
some sort.
never seen this happen before.
Because we also see very specific currency from South Africa.
Yeah.
Great.
Kenya says, she's like, I want to look at the check and I want to see how much I owed.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically her drinks, it seems like.
But
Well,
it sounds like
it's
they
'cause-
paid for like bottles, maybe.
I don't know. But apparently Kenya's drink wasn't on the bill. So she wasn't going to pay money that wasn't on the bill in her mind.
Mm-hmm.
And then Brittany is basically like, that's rude.
Well,
You-
just to like everybody chips in for like lacking some whatever. I sort of get that.
then
We've
they're
all been
sitting
there,
there, though, counting money.
And Kaylin's very much on Team Brittany. Kaylin thinks that whatever Kenya is doing is the wrongest choice.
Well, but then Kenya says she just didn't bring any money,
Yeah.
which is weird if you need to bring money to pay for dinner, which we've never seen them do before.
Ever.
And then Brittany says, "Why you knew we were going to dinner? Why would you not bring money?" It's such an odd conversation that because the show is not set up the rules for how these excursions work,
Mhm.
we have no idea who's in the right here.
Nope.
No.
I think the show wants us to think Kenya's in the wrong, but because there's no context,
No.
it's just like,
And it also feels like they're showing this only to make Kenya look bad.
Which, like I said, Kenya is, like...
I'm not saying that Kenya...
No, this is... I'm having a lot of conflicting feelings for Kenya this episode, which is fine. That's enough drama. I can feel sorry for her and think she fucked up. You don't need to, like... gin it up and make her like the villain.
Hannah contains multitudes about Kenya.
Multitudes
I can
of
feel
Kenya.
so many things about Kenya at once because I'm a mature adult.
But it is a weird episode because they wanted Kenya to just be a villain, but because this Bertini thing happened, they could not show it because it was all she was talking about afterwards in a perfectly acceptable way.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But because of that, they have to buoy between. Do we love and respect Kenya, or are we mad at Kenya for this Nelson Mandela thing?
Well, and then they're back at the hotel room.
Well, we start fighting in the van.
Of course. You can't go in that van now without
Not
fighting.
And Brittany is drunk.
So drunk.
And not good at fighting when she's drunk.
Just yelling.
Mm-hmm. Shut up.
Shut up!
But then also is trying to fight on behalf of Naima.
You're black. She's whatever.
Whatever about Naima.
Kaylin's sobbing.
And then Naima
Yeah, poor Kaylin.
finally is like, well, I'm going to put a stop to this, basically. And is like, look, we come from different places. We have different cultural experiences. And then Brittany cuts her off.
Yep.
And Naima's like, nope, bye.
Good.
Yeah. And goes into the bedroom. And then Kenya follows her and is like, no, I feel like it's important what you have to say. And she's like, just stop fighting about this. This was really important to me. I don't want to talk about this anymore. Stop fighting about this.
And then Brittany comes
Leave me out of
roaring
it.
in.
So then Kenya's like, all right, Brittany's calling me selfish. We're not going to talk about this anymore. Tell me about how I'm selfish. Just tell it later. All on me. Tell me all the times I've been selfish over the course of this competition.
And then she's doing that thing where she says, because I need to hear this so I can learn, so I can grow. I need to know when I'm being selfish. I'm like, that's something that assholes say when you just want to provoke and defend yourself.
And then it's topped off with Kenya reading a Tyra mail to an empty room.
Empty,
Messy fucking room.
Because everyone, Kaylin is outside sobbing. Naeem is in her room alone. Brittany stormed off at some point.
Brittany has flopped into bed without taking her makeup off.
That's every night for Brittany.
It's
Yeah.
yeah.
On a lighter note, the photo has Miss J this time looking not great in full African, maybe inspired face paint going ooh, to Tyra. Also, Miss J is barefoot. Tyra is in a gown and gloves with a black boa that's being held up like a stripper pole. This is a...
This starts a tradition of sometimes when they do these photos now, Miss J's always in them. They do this in later.
Yeah.
In like the next cycle, they do this like ghost thing that he's in every picture of.
That's my favorite. That's my favorite.
The running ones where poor Diane is like,
It's so bad.
The fashion ghost.
yes,
So
the
bad.
ghost of bad fashion.
And do you want to wear that top?
Everyone.
Kenya is mine. I'm going to do Kenya's. Kenya is wearing a sports bra that has been stapled to a round tablecloth that has not been steamed.
IKEA. That is an
It's very
IKEA print.
IKEA print.
Over a pair of wide-legged ripped jeans.
Tyra is in an actual negligee.
But just the top.
Just the top.
Naima is wearing an electric blue boxy button-down with an Elvis collar.
Yeah.
And the biggest fake jeweled earrings that came out of the Pretty Pretty Princess
Oh,
toy
I love that
box.
game.
I did too.
And then Brittany.
I love the black ring.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone loved the black ring.
And then Brittany is wearing a thick, heavy, neon green almost sweater. And Brittany didn't do something to her hair
Yeah.
because it gets bigger and frizzier throughout the entire experience. Kaylin's the only one who looks fine.
But only in comparison.
Yeah.
Tyra's wearing a negligee, but that's too far, so she puts like a sheer shrug over
Yes,
it.
this weird
That-
shrug.
That's why it looks like
becomes
that
a
you're
weapon
nice,
later.
like you're Henri of Hollywood.
It's very
situation.
drunk auntie, though.
Yes.
It's very.
Ay, ay, ay.
Anyways, our guest judges are BB and Mandela.
And we're about to do an improv game. Like, this is just an improv game where they have
This is stupid.
They have a drummer that is sitting beside of their super low television. This is the moment I really noticed how low it was. He's going to play a beat. All four of them are going to dance. And then at some point, Tyra is going to play red light and say pose, and they have to pose.
There's also not enough room
No!
for this challenge.
Nope. Some of them get credit for stepping out, and that's mostly just so they're not smacking people.
Kaylin falls out of a pose every time.
Yeah.
She's wearing heels. She wasn't prepared for
Nope.
this.
And then when some of them pose and they do, Brittany does the same like dead face every time she poses.
Yeah, they're literally trying to freeze instead of pose. It's just all
It's a terrible challenge.
it's all nonsense. And then also, all the judges, because they're realizing how sad it is, get up to start dancing around. And Nigel backs up on Naima.
Yup.
Not in a suit. It
in
was
an
like,
awkward dad kind of way.
yeah, it wasn't actually that sexual. It was more like, I'm having fun too.
It's like the chaperone at the middle school dance kind of way.
It was very fellow kids because
Yeah.
there was no physical contact made. But I was just like, guys, I don't think you understand what a bad look this is because you already had such dancing, terrible, touchy things.
Yeah.
Stop doing dancing, touching things.
You know the only one who has a good look? Janice.
Yep.
Janice looks gorgeous this
Yep.
panel.
She really does.
She looks
Now
stunning.
that she has been fired, she looks great.
Yeah.
She sort of did like the 40s styling from the photo shoot
She
with
really
a little clip in
did.
there. She's wearing like a silver blue. She looks really good.
Yeah.
So Kenya's up first.
Oh,
I'm sorry, Brittany's up first.
When I wanted to mention because it's my backup quote that when Tyra makes the judges get up to join them, she's like, "You guys are whack." To the girls.
Yeah.
Like Tyra's just so disappointed that this was stupid.
So Brittany's up first, and they tell her, like, you gotta be spicy. Now you gotta be spicy.
Yeah, she gets the classic. If you're designated personality girl, you can never lose personality.
Don't Takara this.
Yep.
Yep. I actually like this photo, except for Bertini smelling her armpit.
Yep. I like the photo too. I think she looks great.
So an interesting thing about this is that we're going to do something that I always love because I'm just so interested. And I wish they had done in more cycles, which we're going to see their best. And then we're going to see one of their outtakes.
Yes.
Right.
Her outtake
It's good.
It's fine.
It's cute.
It's they are so mad about two arms being up in the air, but it looks like one of those, it looks like maybe a soda ad where it's like full of life. You are a girl.
Yeah.
Or a
Like-
tampon ad.
It's not the vibe, but it's not bad.
No.
Not.
And this photo, her face is
Stunning.
gorgeous.
She looks very in control.
Yeah.
Okay. Kenya's next, and they tell her she was the best dancer because she stepped out, which cool.
Confidence is still Kenya's biggest weapon.
Yep.
Considering how uncomfortable she is in this photo,
It's not bad.
it's not bad.
I think her face, as always, is stunning.
but his hands are fully on,
On
her,
her
butt.
butt.
Yes.
He is holding her butt with his full hand.
There's evidence right there of what the problem is.
And then
And it's around the upper
Gripping.
thigh. It's
and then more bad advice is given.
yeah, this is the problem that I have where Tyra is like, she literally says, you just need to use your feminine wiles
Blurp.
to take control of the situation. And I'm like, yeah, no.
How about we don't? How
Yeah.
about she was
How about she stops everything and asks the people in charge to do something
Yeah.
because she's their employee.
By the way, you fully can't see the third person in this photo.
It's there's a couple like that actually. There's poor Leroy was in the back and sometimes just gets fully covered.
Well, and that's what's really a bummer is like, oh, so we didn't need 3. 2 male models were what you needed for this photo shoot.
Yeah.
So I think it's interesting to look back, and I don't want to start too big of a conversation about this, but it is a lot of this episode where when they give bad, outdated advice, like the feminine wiles, like you just say, like, you better back up or whatever. I feel it's so interesting as a time capsule, even though it's only about a decade or so ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To see how that internalized sexism, patriarchal stuff, whatever, was even coming from females in the industry
Oh,
because
yeah.
that is what
You've been taught to do.
you've been taught to do. Well, this is how things are, so this is the only way for us to survive.
Well, and I think it's also
Because now I feel like today Kenya did the right thing then, and today she did the right thing, and also I feel like it would have been acknowledged
Yes.
as the right thing.
Yes.
Yes.
While it's weirdly right now it's coming across of her being quote high maintenance.
Right.
Just because of all the like internalized sexism.
You know
of what's
who-
going
you know who
on.
looks
Am I
great in
expressing
this?
that well? I
Yes.
want Hannah
Yeah,
to
no, you
really
are.
approve that.
Well, that's
I'm
the
so
thing.
scared.
I think the other thing is that at that time, even still today, it's like, well, this is only going to result in you losing jobs.
Yeah.
So the most important thing is that for you to keep the job, so you have to do whatever you do to just get through the situation, because the feminist thing is to have more women working
Right.
instead of improving the working conditions.
Correct.
Yeah.
Working conditions are going to be shitty. Men are going to be gross, so you just got to do
Well,
it.
especially in
it's
an
bad.
industry like the fashion industry where the power imbalances are so wide
Yeah.
and hard to navigate.
Men are in charge, women are the object.
Mhm.
Yeah.
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 You know who comes out looking great here? BB.
Mm-hmm.
Both of them
Yeah.
were
Yep.
great the entire episode.
Yeah.
Kaylin's next. Oh.
Hers is so odd because we didn't talk about Kenya's bad shot,
No, we
which
didn't.
is full belly to
Oh,
camera.
Yeah.
yeah.
Which is like, that's the bad thing they're going to bring up, I guess.
But I will say this is the first time where I was like,
yeah.
Yeah.
it's her body, because they said this in the very first episode, she's got a very up and down straight body.
Mhm.
Right.
So anytime her body directly to camera
Is
with
never-
no angle, it's just not going to look good. Weight, not regard.
Right.
Like, it's just not the look for her.
Yeah.
Kaylin's is odd because it truly doesn't look like she's moving.
No.
No. Also,
It's like she's a weird Madame Tussauds mannequin.
he's the gross. He's so gross in this photo.
Bertini?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh.
He's like snarling, like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
And just looking at her butt.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's so, ugh.
And her bad photo is by far the worst.
Oh, it's
Her
like-
eyes are fully closed.
Yeah, it's not a good look.
Yeah, it looks like she's sneezing.
But also, they say it looks like she's waiting for the bus. And I said, who waits for the bus with her eyes closed?
Then you will see it. How will you know when the bus gets here?
That's a metaphor that made no sense.
Well, clearly none of those people have ever taken a bus.
That's very fair.
Or if they had, it was a really long time ago.
And then lastly is Kenya. And she looks amazing in this photo.
Naima.
Naima.
I'm sorry, Naima.
It's so good.
Naima looks stunning.
It's such a good photo. And once again, like,
Her hair, this is how she should be styling her hair.
Bertini looks like he's about to grab her vagina.
Yeah, it's so gross. I hate him so much.
Yep.
But we get Leroy in this
Mhm.
photo.
Yep, finally.
She looks amazing.
Stunning.
And
She
her bad
looks-
one is still good. They even
And
acknowledge it.
she's full face to camera.
Yeah, she is.
She is.
Putting to lie that she can't do it.
This is also, I feel like, when her face is connected to her body, too.
Well, and I think the this late dancing challenge really helped her sort of like
Reconnect.
ground and connect.
Yeah.
And the bad photo is still good.
Yep.
They acknowledge it too. They're like, oh, that's just as good. Just That's just another select. And she had the most frames to work with too.
Right.
She didn't need him.
Didn't
No, she
need them.
So, private panel.
This is where Janice says Brittany has more personality than anyone in this entire country.
Which is true.
Because, of course, they're all like, I just was missing it tonight. This was a different girl. Where's her spark? She had no personality. And Janice is like, are you fucking kidding me?
Also, one time, you've basically dragged her for having the most personality.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brittany, man, personality, the big boisterous person is so interesting in the top model lexicon because they're always some of our favorites. They're usually pretty plausible models.
Yeah.
And the show can never decide how much personality they should have.
Yep.
And yet they're the ones who come back for stuff like All Stars because Brittany's our like representative
Right.
from this cycle for All Stars because we remember her 'cause she had a big
She's
personality.
fun.
Yeah.
You want to be around her.
She's fun and good at modeling.
Mhm.
And
The other thing that happens for Private Panel is that Tyra Banks decides to hit on the guest judges.
yep.
Just love your lips.
I love the way you talk because I love to watch your lips move.
They mention that the two guest judges, they mention that for South African standards, Kenya would be considered quite a skinny girl.
Yep.
Right.
And then Tyra says by African American standards,
She's a
I'm
skinny girl.
skinny.
skinny.
Mhm.
And it's just interesting. It kind of goes nowhere,
No, it goes nowhere.
but
Because they still basically say you're too fat.
I'm glad they acknowledge that at least, that
Yeah.
it's one of those things that, not only is it the modeling standards so unrealistic to an average or even below averagely weighted person, but also Kenya, because of her background, is just shaped differently
Yeah.
a little bit. Might carry weight differently. And
Yeah.
that's, and that would be celebrated in South Africa and some other places,
Right.
but it's just in this very white modeling world
Yep.
is just, that's bad. You
Yeah.
can be skinny as possible.
And as Tyra hits on them, Janice goes, there she goes again, that Tyra Banks.
I love the idea of super horny Tyra and Janice as her.
Well, we know that that's true.
Uh-huh.
Anyways, call out order. Kenya. because they're trying to make it up to her that she got assaulted.
I guess.
Then
She gives Kenya basically the fat girls need more personality speech, though.
Mhm.
yeah.
And it's a weird look.
Carry a couple extra pounds. You gotta have the personality to carry through, and that's what happened today, basically.
Yes. And it was, I was like,
Also, you
this
get
isn't a
first
Melissa
call out.
McCarthy movie. Stop it.
This is also, you got first call out because you're the best in the panel challenge.
Again, this is what I'm saying.
And then Kaylin gets second call out.
I would have sent Kaylin home this episode.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Clearly
Because-
the worst photos, not growing in confidence.
Because Naima and Brittany are the lowest people? They had the two best photos.
The top three should have 100 been Naima and Kenya.
Yep.
Nina. Because this is fucking bullshit that
Yeah.
Brittany gets sent home
Yeah.
when Kaylin should have been sent
Kaylin
home.
is so the clear
She wasn't
worst
good in the
person this
challenge.
week.
She wasn't good in the panel challenge.
Wasn't good at the photo.
Wasn't good at the photo.
And has started to regress.
Yes. Has gotten
Her
worse.
photos are worse this week.
She's exhausted and
Mhm.
sad, and what was growth and confidence for a while, she's just breaking down and becoming a red-faced crier the entire time.
Mhm.
With a shitty attitude sometimes.
Yeah.
Anyways, where's Brittany?
Brittany goes home.
Well, I think and Brittany, I think, has a very nice exit interview too.
I agree.
Where
Yeah.
she's just very positive about it, really liked the experience. Also, again, very devastated. All these are.
And still so sweet about Kenya. She's like, I really think I'm going to miss Kenya the most.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
And she has a very nice hug with her where she's like, I love you. Like at the very
Yeah.
end. I think everyone really liked Brittany.
Well, it's also nice to hear her talk about, because you don't hear this on the exit interview that often. She's like, I just can't believe it's over. I loved the photo shoots. I loved the
Getting
team. I loved getting
dolled up.
dolled up. It was a really nice perspective on someone who actually enjoyed doing the work of modeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is theoretically what you would want
In a model.
in a career. Because you do what you love.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, Brittany Brower.
Brené Brown.
Brower. It sounds like she's mispronouncing her own name. On Instagram, she has the funniest bio.
Yes.
It's simply previously known as Brittany from Top Model. How funny! And it links to TNG Models, which is now her current representation.
Mhm.
Everyone from Top Model follows her that I follow.
Yay.
Everyone. I think for us, she's done a lot of things. She continues to model. Here's a recent picture with a new haircut of hers.
Great.
She kind of got that Vidal Sassoon.
She did.
She
The
got the
thing.
Kenya
Yeah,
cut.
she got the
Mhm.
Kenya. She also has kids now that are just so adorable. And she's
Oh.
in a t-shirt that says Top Model Baby.
Oh.
Oh my gosh, so cute. She seems like a lot of fun. She keeps in touch with a lot of people. I watched the first episode of Top Model All-Stars
Mhm.
because, unfortunately, huge spoiler for a future cycle, she's the first one eliminated.
Ugh.
She gets a lot of screen time in the episode because of that.
Mm.
Looks great. And she's very good friends with Lisa from Cycle 5. And I feel like
Oh,
because
Oh,
I
is
can
it the
see that.
same person?
and because, yeah, they're very similar people. And also, they did a lot of, and you can find them on YouTube and some other places, a lot of something called like AfterBuzz Television or whatever, interviews the two of them kind of like recapping and talking. And she's very fun.
They would have done it on YouTube,
Yeah.
10 years later.
Exactly.
Mhm.
And she's very pro Top Model. That's like a vibe I get. Is she's very happy with the brand and how
Yeah.
she's portrayed. Also, and we talked about this before, you can kind of tell how these girls act based on how Mr. J treats them. Mr. J loves seeing Brittany again. When he sees
Aw.
Brittany, he's like, there's my party girl. It's like so
Yeah.
fun and nice. And like, she's one of the first ones to hug him and all this other stuff. And she gets the ultimate eliminated, interestingly enough, because the live audience doesn't remember her
Yeah.
compared to the other girls. Part of that's just because she's in one of the
Earlier.
older
Oh,
cycles.
yeah.
Because they didn't even have a rep from Cycle 3. So it was literally Shannon, Camille, and then Brittany. So Brittany was the third.
And she doesn't even get like the Christian contingent that Shannon's gonna bring.
Right.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Or the famous diva enemy.
Yeah.
Because Cycle 2's Camille, even in All-Stars, is the villain, even though half the cast was the villain in their cycles.
Jesus.
So, yeah, in a
In a season with Bianca.
Bianca, who comes out of the gates yelling at people. She's like, oh, but Camille, what a diva.
Also, Alexandra, right?
Alexandria.
Alexandria, yeah.
who gets booed on stage and they keep because it's polarity. You were booed, but Brittany wasn't even remembered. And Brittany's like, okay, cool. Sounds neat. But she looks great. You also realize Brittany is tall.
Yeah.
She's 6'1".
Mm-hmm. I noticed
Jesus
that.
Christ.
I noticed that when
She's
she got
like
eliminated
Adrian.
because I was like, oh, she's taller than Tyra.
She's taller than Tyra on the All-Stars too.
Yeah.
Because she wears like a big old heels for her first elimination, and it's the only time that it looks like Brittany's talking to Tyra and not the other way around. It's that I'll miss Brittany.
Yeah.
Brittany was such a fun spirit on the show
I really
that we
came
went
around. I did find her annoying in the beginning. I don't think I was wrong to find her annoying in the beginning.
No.
But she really grew on me, and she had a
I
lot
think
of like.
she also grew.
Yeah, I think she also grew.
And if we
I just became more.
Now
aware
let's
of-
talk about Brittany for
Yeah,
just a
just
second.
saying.
We need some Brittany time.
Okay, Brittany.
She just came. It seemed like she became more aware of other people and just enjoyed the experience in a.
Yeah.
What's the word I'm looking for? Just in a non-complicated way. She's
Yeah.
like, I'm having a really good time. This is what I want to do.
People
her
are treating me
drama
right.
was
Called
kind of nothing.
It's drinking
Was
too
her
much. Which
But she was 21.
exactly. I'm like, none of us did that when we were 21 in this room. Who's
19.
talking right now.
Yeah, and especially near the end, she just seemed like she was friends with everyone. She was always the one giving talking heads.
Except Michelle.
Well,
Well, but she wasn't mean to Michelle.
she even
done.
tried. Her talking head about Michelle was simply like, I've tried. I'm so tired. I'm so tired.
And if you think we've tried,
There it is.
Oh.
like, rate, review, and subscribe to this and all the Thwarp Inc. family of podcasts. That's THWORPINC. All these episodes are available on Hulu. You can watch along with us. It's been great fun, and you will have a different opinion.
Yep. We've all grown.
Yes.
Oh, you mean a different opinion on a rewatch?
Yes.
Yep. Fascinating. This was also an episode that I kind of forgot completely about. So there's certain episodes that you almost feel new.
Yeah.
Can we in tribute to Brittany say our names like Brittany says her name?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. From Hollyam, I'm on the prize.
I'm having goodbye.
Oh,
yeah.
Drinks.
Podleadum is not endorsed by America's Next Top Model, Tyra Banks, 10x10 Entertainment, or any of their subsidiaries. It is intended for entertainment and informational purposes only. America's Next Top Model and all names, pictures, and audio clips are registered trademarks and copyrights of their respective trademark and copyright holders.